There we go. There's the right microphone. For some reason, it had switched over to using a VR set microphone as my normal microphone, which hasn't happened in a long time, but it's fucking annoying when it happens. So, let's roll this all back again, shall we? Hi, it's Luna, aka Your Local Kobold. God fucking damn it! So yeah, I'm making a CRPG. I was thinking through some like sprite design and stuff today because like I can't get Blooming to work. I haven't got a chance to like fiddle with it and stuff. Like my mod's broken something or whatever. Something's fucked on it. I can't be able to deal with it right now. But basically, I made like a rat, a slime, a kobold, and a minotaur, and I've half made a human. And the idea here is that basically all of these are like different yeah. All of these are different layers, so like you got like head armor and like your sword and stuff like that. We need to make a staff and a robe and a shield for this guy today.
Did you know, that in terms of snuggling Thweron is the best? With a wee wooey high antenna body tin patchway wooey soaked fury, it would make howding of Thweron to be woo wooey cozy. Woo woo.
I can't tell if you copy pasted that from my Discord server or not, because I basically said exactly the same thing like a year or two ago. Also, hello Hi-Res Tom and hello Trinity, hoi hoi! Really funny to be branded as a kobold and currently being a dog woman. I've got 3 models. My main model's like a kobold, but like I have like 2 dog avatars. This one was an April Fool's avatar from like last year, and my other dog avatar is a hellhound sort of thing that I did for like Halloween last year, which stuck around as a avatar. The hellhound is also my main avatar I use on VR chat, so like that's where they come from. I also sometimes use this one. Don't really use Luna as a VR chat avatar. I don't know, like I would do if I had like all of the stuff on it. I'd want like face like animations and like toggleable clothes and stuff like that working. I just can't be asked to do it because making VR chat avatars is a fucking pain. But at some point I should do it. But yeah, congratulations on officially being first, Trinity, and thank you for your wisdom. Yeah, I think at the moment I just want to make like a shield for this dude. But yeah, we're going to finish the human and then we're going to start working on some other cut ones, because like I've got a list of like stuff. Oh, I've actually minimized everything. Jeez, let me just whoop. Everything became so hello there. It's because I shook the window. If you shake windows, it minimizes other windows. I did not mean to do that. I want to like reopen everything here. Oh yeah, here's a good example of like this working. So here's a kobold, and I have like all these slots and stuff. And I don't have a feat slot item here, but if I shove a shield and I get a shield, I mean I've got like a staff, or a sword, and then the staff, and there's also like regular armor and a robe and a head slot. Be a cleric and just run around and do stuff. You already started with your game? Yeah, I've been working on this for a while. I started working on this. I made like a dungeon generator for fun, like I want to say like 3 weeks ago. And then just like 3 or 4 days ago, I suddenly picked up. I was like, you know what? I want to make a CRPG. I tried to make a CRPG, I think 4 or 5 times before, and every single time I got stuck because I couldn't get the inventory working. And I just gave up because I was like, I just not skilled enough coder it yet to be able to like fulfill my vision I've got. And now I've got fucking inventory working. It's functional. Like I even have this. This is a skill item. I can switch between passive and active stance, and I can like reorganize this if I want to. What I'm gonna have is basically this one be a button that makes your inventory go zoop and like come up taller, so you can then like swap around all your items and stuff. Yeah. Also, hello Vicky. Hoi hoi. So, yeah, let's do some work on this human. They need a shield. So I'm thinking... So the Minotaur has like a kite shield, and kobolds have like a small like round wooden shield. I'm wondering about giving these guys a buckler. Like, we just like shut down like a circle, get like a slightly smaller circle. And then... something like that. And give it a little bit of shine on the top, so then it just looks like it's 3D. That could be a shield. That actually looks really good. Something I just threw together in like 3 seconds. It looks really fucking good. I like that. Okay, so now we need a robe. So we're just going to disrobe this guy a second. And it's gonna be... I've been doing like clerics or paladin-y robes for my other races, so I think I'm gonna keep that going. And I think at some point in the future I want to make like a wizard robe as a separate style of robe. So you got like your like priesty sort of robes, and you got your spellcasty robes. I don't think they're gonna have any functional difference. They're just gonna look different. Because I also want to have like wizard hats and stuff like that. Yeah, let's just fill in down here. Gonna have this up like that. There was here. Come up here. And then we'll have this just filling in around here. Oh. Okay. That enough? Nope. Got it. I'll just fill it in manually then. If you want to see the shape on that looks a bit crap, I might refine this a little bit better. Oh, I will do a hydrate. Hello, Stu. Hoi hoi. Arf. Yeah, I think that honestly looks better. Maybe we'll have like the skirt come out a bit here. Nah, it starts to look like they just got like a beer gut. Or like they're pregnant or something. Okay, and then we're just going to have a crossbear. And I feel like they need like some kind of leg armor. I might just give them like pants or something. What do we do? Like dark brown? Guess that works. Then we just need a stuff. So we have this. Let's just copy the hand off of this one first. Gonna copy that. Oh. Copy that. Stuff and paste that in. And what kind of stuff do we have on these? So like the Minotaurs currently have like a like a gnarled, like twisted stuff, and the kobolds have, I think it's like a simple like crook or something like that. What stuff did kobolds have? Yeah, they just got like a shillelagh sort of thing. I think I might honestly give the humans like a really nice like straight like wizard staff with like a gem on the end or something. Oh, or I have an idea. Let's make them a metal staff. We'll bring this all the way down here. I want it to be... Why is that? Oh, we don't have continuous turned on. That's why it wasn't working. Yeah, I think it needs a square bottom. I'll do that for the bottom. And then we're going to have... let's see if I can find this actually. So, what is it? Staff of Healing. Gift Tui. I think we're going to take some inspiration from... Yeah, this style of thing. image so small though? Is there a better image like somewhere on Google Images? No, there isn't. That's really the best image we're gonna get. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna base it off of like something similar to that, take some inspiration from that. So we've got like white stuff actually. So have like a white, I guess like an ivory stem, and then we've got like a gold ball here. With a red bit in them. Then we have a inner section. Then it comes out into something like this. That's too tall. We need to make this shorter. Yeah, there we go. And then... oh. That needs to be gold. What am I making? I'm making a CRPG. So a CRPG is a computerized role-playing game. The idea is it's a role-playing video game that takes heavily from tabletop roleplay game mechanics. So good examples of these are like NetHack, Rogue, Ivan, or more recently Baldur's Gate, Divinity, like those sort of games. I'm also very much going for the making a roguelike. So the word roguelike and roguelike get like thrown around a lot recently for like basically anything that has a randomization and potentially permadeath and that kind of thing. I don't think most roguelikes nowadays are actually roguelikes. They just use the term because they don't know what it means. Because Rogue was very specifically a dungeon crawler game with randomized generation and permadeath. And basically anything that has random generation of permadeath nowadays is a roguelike, so yay. Maybe let me take this in. That. you stop doing that stuff. I think at some point he must have licked the because I've got like a little volume slider splitter thing underneath my desk. And my headphones are plugged into those through like also like another box that allows me to switch between like headphones and speakers. I think he licked that, somehow disconnected my my headphone jack slightly, and also moved the volume wheel down. So the headphones were quieter and also disconnected. Fucking little shit. I love him, but god damn it. I was sure the headphones were fucked. It turns out, nope, dog just licked them. They're fine. Okay, so we're done with humans. I do like the cobbled sprites. The cobbles are cute. So what I can do now is I can just hit one of these, hit human. And then we go to human, rename it to human, and stat bonuses. I think that humans should have bonus wisdom, willpower, whichever, close enough. So hypothetically, I'll need to link you to a song. I'll DM you. Hello, Jacob. Hoi hoi. Thank you for the 1 chip.
Jacob _ does stuff JDX1.
Hello, hello. Have a bing bong. Amazing. Okay, so one thing I do want to do here, which I've been pulling off, is when we roll our stats, I want to randomly determine which class I am. Not class, which race I am. I don't think I should do it in the stats bit, because I'll also do it for the enemies, and I want the enemies to be fixed things, but I want the player to, like, in the future I'll have the option to, like, pick your own. Currently I just want it to be randomized. I also want to implement having randomized equipment. Not randomized equipment, equipment based on which class you're picking. Because currently there's just like a set equipment you get when you start, and the same thing goes for the enemies. Just dropped in to say hi and wish you luck with the stream. Just gonna be watching Zane's stream. Ooh, Zane's stream was Bomb Rush, yes! Fucking love Bomb Rush. I streamed that end of last year. Amazing game, really recommend it. There's a really good multiplayer mod for it as well. Like, all it does is mean that you can see other players moving around and, like, talk to them and stuff, but, like, it's so good. Right, so what I need to do is get a directory. So var dir equals dir access dot get files at. This actually renames to list, and then I want to print this just to see what kind of data we get. So yeah, that's what we're getting. So then I want stats dot let's open this so we can get some helper text. Is that gonna work? Really? Really now? Yeah, I want to replace this one, so it's that dot my race? Yeah, my race equals load one that and list dot random and hypothetical. Why is Wires. Packed arrays up. That's really dumb. Well, let's actually do it better. So, I in dir. Oh, I need list dot append. Oh, and you're also an array. I need to tell you your array. Array string. Append I. That work. Only gonna fucking work, lads. And yeah, I can now just equip shit. Also, this kobold's trying to murder me. This kobold just successfully murdered me. On guard, human. Yeah, I can now just, like, equip shit, and it works. I'm so happy with this, you have no idea. It's so fucking cool. Bonk. However, it is always picking human. Oh, there's a kobold. Okay. We got a kobold. Did I get a minotaur? Human. Human. Crashed. What? Error setting global position with type of nil. Oh, it's that bug. Basically, and we've been spawned up here. So we got a minotaur, but we spawned at 0, 0. I have no idea what causes that bug. It happens, like, fairly, like, irregularly, but, like, I don't know. Yeah, we have a minotaur! So... yeah, we can actually just, like, look through, like, the minotaur's equipment and stuff, see what it looks like. And no rat. Oh, that shouldn't be happening. Why is that happening? Why are we getting decimals? Those should be integers. Those should never be decimals. I fixed that already, because, like, I had that causing decimal beforehand. I wonder if I'd, like, do that. That crash. No, it doesn't. Okay, and we now have a minotaur. So then if I, like, put some good armor, then go find something to go smack. I'm getting decimals. Why am I getting decimals? Excuse me, whomst the fuck? I'm gonna blame this, but, like, they're all integers. If I do that, did that fix it? That bug wasn't happening for kobolds. That just seems to be a minotaur-specific bug. It wasn't happening to the humans either. Okay, minotaurs now have decimal. Ah. I bet it stops being a decimal when it gets up to 10. Incredibly strange. Oh, there's a solid block there. Something's bugged out there. Okay, so we've got 2 bugs to to keep an eye on. Well, 3 actually. We've got being spawned at 00. We've got whatever the fuck this is over here with the decimals happening. That shouldn't be happening. And we have like right here there's an invisible block. For some reason. Amazing. Wow. Oh, I just realized. I think I know what the issue is. No, because that's an integer. So that can't be a float. So that can't be the issue. Forcing needs to be in. Oh, yep. Henno still needs work. Thank you for the follow. Henno. Case. That should hopefully force those to be integers. Now, if I am a Minotaur, and I have this equipment set, which was causing the bug before, and then I go find a rat, and I go, oh god, Raph and smack him, and I take a bunch of damage, I'm no longer getting floats. Okay, but it turns out the entire time, it wasn't the integer turning to a float, it was the integer becoming a float when it's being shoved into a text box. That's really weird. But it's working. It's no longer an issue. I get something strong. Yeah, Minotaur work. Because unfortunately rats and slimes aren't strong enough to really be able to test this out. Okay, so we've taken a bunch of strength damage, so then if we move around and regain some strength, yep, we are... we're good. With the bugs fixed. That's 1 bug down. Okay, so now I need to find out why the fuck players sometimes spawn at 00. I want to see what I might do is... When does the player get put down? Place a player. We pick a random cell. While cell... I'm gonna print the player cell. I just want to make sure if it's like a vector, because I think it's a vector. It is a vector. Okay. So while that or player cell equals vector 2.0. Actually, it'll be vector 2i because it's a integer vector. So now, hypothetically, if I keep reloading the map over and over and over and over, I shouldn't ever get a situation where the player gets spawned at 00 and dies. Wow, the UI broke. Oh, it was just loading before the UI was able to load properly. That's interesting. Is that a kobold inside a wall? It should not be inside a wall. Yep, I'm gonna say, like, either I'm getting extremely unlucky, or lucky depending on your, like, interpretation, or the bug is fixed, and it's now impossible to spawn at 00. Okay, so next up, I want to clear up this inventory, and I want to have the classes be randomly picked. and for the classes to assign you a inventory based on which class you have. So when I say class with this game, we're not actually having like classes like, oh, you're like fixed into the priest role or the warrior role or the rogue and you now got these specific skills because of that. Nah, what we're doing is all of your build is your class. So the class basically says that when you start off, you have this specific equipment to start off with, and your stats are distributed in this specific orientation when you first start off. And then when you level up, you can increase your stats however you want, you can pick up your equipment how you want, you could reclass yourself into whatever the fuck you want, mix and match, whatever. It's just when you start off, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm starting off as like a rogue, and I have like a dagger, and I've got really high dexterity and tank things and stuff like that. So what I need to have is, when we're starting off, I need a second one of these. Have this be called class list. Going to that again, and then do that again, except this be class list, and then we're going to have my class equals class list dot pick random. That's all finished. Next up, we need to have classes be given their own inventories. So, oh. Could I potentially put this inventory into player? I think I could actually. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting rid of this inventory and instead having an inventory inside of the class. And then the class will create the inventory. Oh, maybe that won't work. Oh, you know what I could have actually? So at export bar inventory class inventory addiction. And work. So what I'm basically going to do is have in the job, you have this dictionary, and you add a new key. Key needs to be a string, and then value needs to be a vector 2i. Actually, that work? Type dictionaries require exactly 2 connection elements. So string vector 2i. Yeah, that works. Okay, I didn't know you could do that before. That's really cool. So now every element of this will always be a one of these. What I can do now is basically go to my proto set and just get any of these, grab the ID of it, and then just shove it into here and say exactly where on the character it needs to spawn. So, for example, I could grab put cleric in here for a second so it doesn't get automatically picked. I'm just going to focus on getting the warrior working. So if I go to warrior, a sword, and the sword is going to spawn at, where's your important slots? 0, is your hand. Add a new one. This is going to be generic shield. Back to spawn at 0, 1. Then also make a generic boot. Also make sure we got a correct item icon for this or I'll get confused. So I have a boot icon. I prefer these ones. So we're going to Control Shift C and then Control Shift B. There we go. Warrior. So you are going to have body armor in this slot, so 1, 0. And this one is going to be generic armor. Then we want generic hat at 1, 1. At 2, 1, we want generic boot. Add. Okay, so now go to player. Actually, it might be easy for stats. So in stats, when we roll for our stats, I would like to, after all that is done, get starting quick mode. And for I in my class inventory, you look at the documentation for this again. Yeah, so I want to go to inventory dot get child 0 dot create and add item at I class in I, and hopefully that should work. Null instance. Null instance. Class did we roll? We rolled null. We rolled null? What do you mean we rolled null? Nulls aren't even in this game. Not yet anyway, I have plans to maybe add them later. Okay, so players, class list append, stats my class equals pick random. Okay, so before this happens, could I please print list and class list? have a thing. I'm stupid. Okay. Forgot to do that. Of course I can't find the job in there. It only worked. First try, bitches. Fuck yes. Okay, that's functioning. So we're starting off, we spawn and we immediately get a sword, leather armor, and all this stuff. That it's so cool. It just works. Interesting that keeps happening, actually. It needs to happen on death. So I wonder if I can fix that. Go to NPC, because I'm pretty sure that when we detect that we're about to die, set the thing that we're about to move from to clear. Yeah, are we dead? If we are dead, then we set our position to be not solid. What I might is double check that it does that. So we're going to have this here. 1, 3. And no. We'll check that when we die we don't leave a solid. Yeah, just the warrior always spawns with his equipment now. That's really cool. Now we just need to go, like, murder things until we end up with a solid block or not. Oh, yep, there's one. Okay. That shouldn't be able to happen, but it just did. I wonder if it's because... No, there's another one there. Okay, so it can also happen when they're moving. I know what to do. Okay, so... Solids are basically only there to make sure that enemies know to walk around you. So I think what we can do is under the turn progress, every time that we choose a NPC. Yes, after NPC, I think I'm going to then set actually just clear out all the solid blocks. Assign all the solid blocks. That could work. Solid. We're basically just going to like read this. No, that isn't that's fine, so I could just go tile map layer. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, I also need to settle these, so we could do this in one fell swoop, so if we then go else false and then we also want iterate through all of the creatures in the game. Then go for get no group creature. Then we want the chords equals tilemap player dot ace star dot go to map to local. That's how you do it. Okay. So do I need that to be an ether? No, I do not. Okay. Then we go stop global position. And then do one of those. That should hypothetically, every time that you valid property or key on base type of object. Oh, right. Yeah, we need this. Yeah, actually, that and that don't need to be there. Instead, one... Oh. That to go there and there. Okay, so now every time that... Oh, is the bubble going to kill me? Nope. Yeah, every time we move, it's now going to reset the entire map. So... I should... Oh. Be able to, like, walk around, like, murder an enemy or something. Hopefully not die in the process when we're trying to test things. That would also help. Murder this rat. Murder this rat, and we murder this kobold. Also, then die to that. I didn't know sending invisible walls there. I think we may have fixed the invisible wall issue. Yeah, there's no invisible walls happening. Okay, that's fixed. So that's all of the bugs fixed. I fixed all 3 known bugs in the game in like, what, an hour? I'm happy with that. So humans are now finished. 3 bugs have been fixed. There's a system implemented for being able to pick a class and a race, although that's being all done automatically randomly at the moment. They don't have a system play for like a main menu, like select that from the get-go. And there's also preset equipment for each class. Well, for one of the classes, but there's a system in place for 2 of the other ones. And I will do a hydrate. Legit so heckin' happy with that. Boop. Return to Cobble. Yep. 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 Okay, so I now need to give cleric's inventory. So the cleric has 4 important slots. So they need a robe. It's stuff with, is it generic staff, I think it's called? Stuff. Your staff spawns at 0/0. They don't want them to start with a shield. There's an option to have a shield, but they're not going to start with a shield. Then we have clergy robe. Clergy roby. I misspelled that at some point. I'm going to keep it. It's fine. It'll be an insider Easter egg that only you guys know about unless you like hack the game and like look at the files and stuff. So the clergy robe needs to spawn at 0/1. And then we have... Do I start them off with a hat? I don't think we'll start them off with a hat. I will start them off with a hat later, but like... I want that to happen when we have like different hat styles in the game. So I think of having like like 3 styles of hat. You're going to have your warrior hats, maybe 4 actually. Your warrior hats, your priest hats, your rogue hats, and your wizard hats. I think those are going to be the styles of like hats that are in the game. Currently there's only 1 style of hat, but I think having that just from the get-go, I think okay. Yeah, so we just spawned in as a human cleric as like an example. Or a kobold warrior, kobold cleric, cleric again. Also, sometimes enemies spawn inside of each other. I need to fix that. The way that enemy spawning works at the moment is the map generates itself, and then the map puts down rooms, and like rooms, quote unquote. It's like a big rectangle space that's just open, and in the middle of that room will be an enemy. Is questioning how like sometimes they spawn randomly in the. Actually, spawn always in the top left corner of it. I just realised. And then I think what's happening is basically getting a room being put down, and then it's putting another room on top of it, and they have to be in the same space, and it's just been showing 2 enemies on top of each other, which means it's not very likely to happen, but it's weird that it's happened 3 times since we started recording. So I should probably fix that, because that sounds like another bug that needs to be fixed. So NPC. Sorry, I was doing a big thing. I think it's a good thing that this can sometimes go negative. I should probably fix that. I don't know why this is like this. I don't know what I was thinking when I made this. So I think what I might actually have is this be a random range between 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. And then we're going to randomly then add a number. Let's go min 0. Actually, it'll be max. Max is 0 and a random range that can be negative. So there's an unlikely chance that this room will sometimes be bigger. Yeah, there we go. So most rooms will be essentially just like a bit more like this. So there's a 4 in 7 chance that the room will be 1 to units bigger than what it was going to generate with beforehand. So there's actually a very unlikely chance that you'll ever find a 6 wide or 6 high room, but it's possible. And that could actually be what's happening with like generating rooms that are like 0 big and then shoving like an enemy in. Guess I just grab plus random range, and the range is going to be 0 from size dot x. And we're just going to do this again for the y. Wait, that's already a vector. Oh. Yeah, actually, I still need to stick a vector, so vector. That is the x. That is the y. So I know this doesn't fix the issue of the... That's a thing. I know this doesn't fix the issue of the enemies spawning inside of each other, but it'll also make them spawn in more interesting locations than just the top left corner of a room, and also make it highly less likely for enemies to spawn on top of each other. I'll work out a way to make them unable to spawn on top of each other at some point. It'll probably like revolve around setting the cell that they're on as solid when they spawn in, and then if when you're placing an enemy, if it's not a solid block, then don't put it there and pick somewhere else. Yep. Add. Somewhere in here, complaining because we've got like vector. What was the error again? It was something to do with like a vector 2 being added to a vector 2i. Vector 2i and vector 2 operator. We're adding a vector 2i to a vector. Where's this vector 2i? File size is a vector 2i. There is no 2i, isn't it? There is a 2i. Why was this working before then? Oh, because I wasn't adding a vector 2 to a vector 2i. Okay, sure. If I make that into a vector 2i, that should work. Boom, that worked. Okay. We have an enemy spawning. I don't know where this room was. I should probably add some kind of debug for this. Right, so if I grab that and I say pos equals that, and then I want to print cell and print pos. I also need to multiply this by tile size because otherwise it will not accurate. Interesting. So the cells, it's picking 0, 0 every time. That shouldn't... Okay. What is happening? Hold on, so how is that always 0, 0? If I just print the cell. Okay. Oh. It's like tile size. There we go. I was multiplying it by something else. There we go. That's working. Yeah, we can now see that these are different numbers. That's what I was looking for. Yep, so they are definitely spawning with like different numbers. But yeah, this slime, for example, its room spawned here, and then it drew the entire room out like something like that. I don't know how big the room is. And it put it here. I do love the Cobble Cleric with just like basic equipment on. They look so ready for adventuring. Yeah, that looks in what I'd be expecting it to be doing. Bug not squished, but bug has been sufficiently suppressed from happening. So close enough. What on earth happened here, speaking of bugs? That shouldn't have happened. That should have been a corner in both corners and been like a straight here. Tile, open the tiles. Do I not have that tile? Does that tile not exist? I don't think that tile exists. Okay. We don't have diagonal corners. So, right, canvas size. I want to add another 32, right? And we are going to grab ourselves by having it locked to the locked to the grid. So boom, boom, done. Nice and easy and quick. Now if we go to tile map layer tile set, turn both of these tiles, and then we need to grab terrains and both of you bring 0 and have 4. Oh, I need to fill that in with background. I just realised there's like a void behind it. And that should fix that bug. What I gotta do now is grab that. There. You stop at grid. Bye. Yeah, okay, there's no holes in that. I thought there was some more holes inside the floor, but there isn't. And yeah, so now we should never see that bug happening again because the tiles actually exist. Have a cobbled just chasing us. Okay, cobble has been dealt with. I've not seen an example of that cell. The only thing is, it's such a rare cell to exist that I don't think I can read it very well, except for just like playing a lot and then eventually, hopefully. Because like if I just like create the map myself, and like of course it's going to exist. Like I made it myself, but I need to make sure that the random generator can put it down as well. This looks promising. This might actually tile exist. So we've got that corner there. Oh. Got murdered by a kobold, and I don't see tile existing. Wow, kobolds are strong. You're getting murdered by them. Tile exists on this map. Doesn't look like it. This map potentially could spawn it because of the fact that so there's like different kinds of maps that can generate with like different corridor sizes, and this is a finished corridor style where they're just like straight lines and they're like 1x1s. However, it doesn't look like it's spawned. Oh, there's a bug. Has that happened? I can't actually think that would happen there, so my best guess is a room spawned here. It just like randomly put an incorrect tile there. That should be a corner. But no. I'm very confused. I'm sure I'll find some way to squash this at some point in the future. I'm sure the tile will show up eventually and we can see it working. I probably won't even notice when it's working because it'll be working. Okay, so what have we got next? Eric has her equipment done. I could just add more like weapons, I guess, and like equipment and stuff, because currently all we've got is like very basic stuff, and for some reason like robes. Why do robes give more armor than generic armor? Hold up, that's a good fucking question. Well, let me just like force spawn in both armor. We got this and this. So for some reason the robes give you more armor than regular armor. So this is... that gives you 5 armor. Gives you no armor. Armor doesn't give you armor. That explains why armor isn't giving you armor. Okay, so if I go to stats and I look at this. So my dumbass, like a while ago, was just like, I should probably be spelling armor the American way because it autocorrects the American one and It'll be more consistent, it'll be like better to keep track of. And here's the one instance of me spelling it the British way, and that completely broke everything. There we go, fixed it.
Disapprove.
So now if I wear armor, and I have 5 armor, so if I were to actually get rid of those, I want to clear the inventory out. If I spawn in as a warrior, eventually. There we go. So I've now got 9 armor. That's ridiculous, actually. We're going to be so hard to kill. That means that only, like, weapons will have, like, a different die value that they roll. So, realistically, we can only be hurt by a d12 that's rolling high. I really need to add, like, some kind of stat buff to damage at some point. Yeah, they're, like, really struggling to do damage against us. Pretty sure I could go wreck another Minotaur and just absolutely ruin their day. Is there a Minotaur in here? There is a Minotaur in here. Still did 2 damage to my strength, but yeah, so much more lethal against enemies having like loads of armor. Yeah, the way that armor works at the moment is when you take damage, the enemy will roll a dice based on the weapon thing, and then you take the armor straight off of that weapon, or the damage roll, and then whatever that is to a minimum of 1 is how much damage you actually take. So the fact that you heal every 3 turns means that it can actually be kind of difficult to kill someone in heavy armor unless you have a really good weapon, which is why I should probably add armor piercing on some stuff. I think daggers and mauls should probably have armor piercing. However, mauls I do want 2-handed weapons, so I am going to start working on that kind of thing of having some weapons take up 2 slots. I haven't actually gone on here yet. No way to like say that an item is a specific size. I go to loot and look at the document. Under backside. Split into size. Yep. Roll inventory item. Nope. Grid constraint? Is it under here? Get item size, set item size. Let's put size property of an item. Size property. If I go to edit this, if I just type in like size, get back to like close. Didn't change the size of it. If I just like how do I make a vector on JSON files like this? That work? And if we make like a stuff, temporarily just be like that size. Oh, I forgot to add. Oh, heck. forgot to add that in there. Bar array item get property. Trying to assign value of type array, variable of type vector I. Okay, so that is how that works. So that's actually really good feedback. It's working. I just don't know how to put a vector I into a JSON. Good old JSON format. So name value. JSON variable types. Strings, numbers, booleans, and so much more. That's not helpful, Google AI. That's not what I'm looking for. Passing while inserting variables. How do I tell this that it is a vector? If I do like that. Nope, that is not how that works. Unexpected character. What if I do that? That work? Nope, that does not work. Okay. Well, if I do that. That did not work. What if I just do that? Nope. Okay, how the fuck do you set a vector 2y in a JSON? Vector 2 serialization on a JSON file. Oh. Is it like that? No? That's not it. That one? Valid operands array and dictionary. Oh, it needs to be array. Hold on, I think we might have progress. I think this might work. No, that didn't work. That's not how that works. Like that. earth do you set a vector 2i? Vector. JSON arrays. The vector doesn't show up anywhere on that. Why did it give me? I tried to vector of points. What? Resulting JSON is... Oh, okay. So, one of these, and then one of these, and then it's X. Y 1. I didn't want that. I could look at what it's getting from this, so... dot get property. We're going to crash it on purpose and just see what this is. But type inherit symmetry damage. Size. So we got something out of that, but that doesn't look like a vector. It's annoying because according to what I'm seeing online, that's how you write a vector in a... Oh, I forgot to do this as well. If I do that, is that write a vector? That's not how you write a vector. Please, I need a vector. What if I just... that? Character. It really doesn't like regular brackets. Regular brackets would be how I would write out a vector, but apparently that's not how you do it with JSON files. Well, I could maybe be able to get just like a example of a vector 2y in JSON is say JSON JSON dot by can we just like print that? Getting a chance to print. Wait, that's how you do it. That's okay, I'll take its word for it on that's how you do it. I tried that and it didn't work. So we go to our proto set and we just like say that size equals back. That seriously just work? No. No, it does not. What if I make both of these strings? Nope, that's too many of those. We'll have any errors. Valid operands array and string operator. Get property value. Turn it. Property. I worked it out. I know what it is. By the time it's been become that. It's because we had an invalid variant up here. That's a different bug. Size equals get property size. What is key size? Size is just size. Lowercase. Why is that having an error? Trying to assign value of type string to a variable of type y. Huh? What do you mean? A string, it's a vector. That's a stringified. I have no idea. Something's broken. It received it as a string. Item get property. Always that. JSON get vector. How do you convert a JSON string back into a vector? String to var. There should be a string to var somewhere. If I search through my files for a string to var, we have plenty of those. In fact, we got one straight up here, which is supposed to turn that back into a useful thing. fist. Ah. Oh, wait, no, not there. It'd be... Oh, found pass. Oh. It's fat. It's not string, it's str. Argument vector. Picture. What if I do that? That guarantees that it has to turn itself from a string into a vector too. Trying to assign value of nil to a variable of type I. That's supposed to be default value. I will do a holy trait. That means a ternary. Oh. Boop. That's the issue. I was missing a bracket. Item. That's crashing on every item. Turns out I don't know how to set the size of item. I thought this would be easy. I thought you just like type in size and it does it, but apparently that's not how it works. Non-existent vector 2i constructor. What on earth do you set the size of an item? That sounds like a very basic thing that should just work. Trees with grid constraints. Oh, that's really dumb. Okay, do you want to know how you do this? Shove right here. Vector 2i. Boom, it's now a vector. That's how you do it. That's so fucking dumb. I'm so annoyed that I didn't think of trying that, because most of the time if you try doing that, it's like, no, you can't do that. That's not a real, thing. JSON files can't interpret data like that, except in this specific case it can. But it's working. Yeah, we now have, like, extra long stuff. Very cool. And we're dead. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take a break at this point because I've done a shit ton today with this game. Like, holy shit, I've like really good progress. We're gonna go find someone to go and raid. Let me just hide my screen a second. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry we haven't done Oblivion in a while. I do want to get that working again. It's just I can't. It's broken. Hopefully we can fix it at some point soon. But why is my screen now visible? Very cool. Okay, so we're going to raid in. How is Tom still streaming? There he is! Let's go raid How is Tom. Or Trom, I missed the R. / raid Pyros Trom. Yeah, go say hi to him for me. He's currently playing some Bomber Cyberpunk. He normally does Beyblade content, but he's also doing like some other games and stuff. And he's a cool dude. Yeah, good luck, have fun, see you guys next time. Bye!